Hey, welcome back. All right. As I told you before in my prior video that I'd already built the saucer section here. Well, I want to take a few minutes here and show you the wiring options that you can do inside the saucer. I will be trying to add and modify this model as you can do yours too because it's your model, do what you want. But I'm going to show you some options on how I did the lighting and what I hope to do in the future as we add more features to this model. Okay, let's go to the board. We're going to open it up and take a look. All right, be with you in just a second. All right, here we see the opening of the saucer and the inside wiring of the saucer that I'd done prior to starting these videos. I apologize for that, but at least we can do a quick look of what I've done and give you some options. The polar lights harness, polar lights board, polar lights harness, go on the interior wall. And I've installed those using my glue gun, like I said, because that holds them in there nice and tight, keeps them from falling out. So I feel fairly confident they're going to stay there as I work on this model and move it around and everything. Depending on what level of skill you have or how you just want to do your model and how much you want to add, you can stay with this harness. And this completely gives you the look that you want to achieve. But I wanted to add a couple extra features because as the show progressed, so did the lighting on the Enterprise. So I've added this mega board here, and I'm going to be adding more features into my model. And one of them is I've added some extra lights. Now, as I said, depending on what you're comfortable in using is what you can run in your model. Now, I'm using 34 gauge wire, extremely small wire, and I've cut some holes into the existing model frame so I can separate my wires as I ran them through my model into my lights and everything. So that kept the wires separated, made it very easy for me to work with, as I did very small soldering connections on the wire. And as we go through some other videos, you'll see how that's done and everything. It is a little painstaking, but to me, it's worth it because I want to add extra features in this model. And so I will be running quite a few lines up through this neck and everything. But if you're happy with the original look of the Enterprise, then the polar lights harness works very, very well. Here I have it on the top part of the saucer on the interior, and you see the polar light connections, and I also have the sides, and these will give us the strobe effects that we'll see and everything. And also it lights up the top command module where Captain Kirk likes to sit and stuff. But as I said, I wanted to modify mine, so I'm looking to add a light in here that will cast some light down onto the front of the saucer when it's being shown and stuff, and as an option that I can turn on and off separately from the normal running and navigation lights. Same with the bottom of the model, because I want to try to add a light somewhere in this area here that's going to cast light onto the front of this model and everything, because I think that's a look that I like, and I've seen it in some of the later movies and stuff, and I'm like, I want to give that a try, and that's why I've got the extra board and stuff. Okay, that's a quick little look at the model. Let me throw it together really quick as it is right now. I'll light it up a little bit, and we'll take a quick look at the lights and everything, and that way we'll get a good idea of where we're at and how it's going, and just give us some confidence to move forward and some excitement for what we've done already. Okay, I'll put this together and take a look. All right, so I've turned off some of the lights so that we can see some of the lighting features on the top of the saucer, and I'll just loosely put it together and everything. But you see, we have some nice lighting effects going on up into the control area and everything, and on the top of the saucer, we're going to have a nice look. We have a nice strobing effect going on. Let me see if I can squeeze that a little closer so we don't get the floodlight. There's a nice green. And we got a nice amber down here. That looks really nice. And the top where Kirk sits is going to come out. We're looking very nicely. Let's flip it over down the bottom. Get a side view. Oh, those side lights are going to look good. Oh, underneath is going to look just dynamite. Look at that. Oh, and this is just the polar lights harness. This is not the extra lights and everything. So as you can see, the polar lights harness lighting system does just an excellent, excellent job of making your Enterprise just look really sharp and just jump out. Okay. But like I said, I want to add some extra features, so I'm going to experiment doing that, and then we'll take another look at the saucer once I find the best way to do that, so I give you good advice and not get you going off on the wrong turn in case you decide to try to follow me and add some extra features. Okay, well, once again, we're just taking a quick look at the lights, and that's fantastic looking. Oh, feeling very, very charged up over this and feeling excited to move on and try to add some more pop to this model. All right, okay, there we go. We take a quick look. All right, let's see what we can experiment with and come up with. We'll see ya.